How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be showing you how to change out your window switch. Alright, so there's a couple different reasons why you'd want to change out the window switch, and mainly this is for like the driver's side. As you can see, this is the one that was in my vehicle. The rear window stopped functioning. One on the passenger side stopped rolling down and rolling up. Wouldn't work on the switch either on the back window, and so I'm like, okay, maybe it's the motor, but then it would intermittently start working again, and then all of a sudden the driver rear stopped working on these switches, and then again on the door wouldn't go up or down. So typically what happens is it breaks the connection, and if any of the switches are disconnected, none of the windows function. So like if you unplug the rear window like from the door panel, like you take the door panel off in the rear, the window won't function even from the front, and then vice versa. If you unplug this, the rear window won't work anywhere. But so basically I have another one of these, and it doesn't matter what trim style you have, you can just get any generic one because you can transfer the trim over. I'll show you guys how to do that as well. But this is my wood grain in my '09, and basically the one I got is a black trim, and I've already disassembled it to make sure it's doable. So I'll walk you guys through how to do it. Okay, so over here you can see that I already have this one disassembled. This is the trim that it came with, which is like a black style. I cleaned up the connector, or the switch panel, and made sure everything looks good. The chrome strip around that guy is also peeled off. Mine is still intact, so I'm going to be transferring this over as well. So you can actually go around and transfer pieces. So what we need to do is there's 3 screws. So 1, 2, and 3. And then there's 2 clips on each side. So 1 clip right there, and another clip right there. So once you get the 3 screws out, just go ahead and take a flathead screwdriver, pop that up, and that'll take this main faceplate off. Once you get this main faceplate off, it'll look like this. As you can see, the 2 clips, 1, 2, and the 3s. Now you can toss this, do whatever you want with it. I'm going to keep it just in case. I don't really need it, but it's nice to have extra pieces just in case, even if it's the wrong color. But you'll be left with this on here with the switch indicator up here as well. What you need to do to get this off, if yours is like this and you got to use one that doesn't have the chrome ring on it, you can either rewrap this in chrome, or you can just transfer yours if yours chrome ring is still good like mine is. So this is going to be sitting on top of that, and then it's just 4 clips, 1, 2, 3, and 1 on the back side in the middle right there. Kind of hard to see. You can just use like a little pick and pop them off. Don't break anything, just in case you need to reuse it. I took mine off without breaking it, which is cool, because you see the 4 clips right there. And then once you take this ring off, you can slide this off as well, just in case maybe your plastic is all marred up or something. This one's good, and that one's good. So just to keep it easy, I'm going to transfer the one that's on here, and then once I get this switch panel switched over, I'm just going to put this panel back on top of the broken switch assembly. That way it's still one unit in case I need pieces off it. But yeah, as for taking the door panel off, I already have a video. I'll link it in the description if you want to learn how to take the door panel off. Getting this off is actually really easy. There is just 1 clip right in the back. So once you take the door panel off, all you need to do is, it's going to be in the door like this. You'll be looking at it. Just take a Phillips head screwdriver and push on this clip right here, right on the back, and then push it up, and it'll just slide right out the top of the door panel on the normal side. So yeah, just that 1 pin right there, click it in, and then pop this out, and then you can slide it out after you take the connectors off the bottom. So I went ahead and transferred the directional pad and the ring assembly. So, just like that. Still functional, works fine. And then it's a good idea while you have this stuff apart to clean it. So I'm just using some of this Armor All spray and a washcloth or shop towel. Get in all these nooks and crannies that you can't normally clean very easily when it's fully assembled in the door. Just make it look nice. You don't have to, but that's what I'm going to do, just because I'm already in this far. Might as well clean it and get it looking nice before you put it back in the car. Okay, so unit is back together. As you can see, looks nice. Still got to clean up the panel a little bit more. Still has a little bit of haze on it, but I'll clean it up a little bit more before I reinstall it. But one thing I just noticed, there are different part numbers So this is the one that came out of my car, which is an '09 4.6. And this is the one that came out of my 2012 3.8, my parts car I used to have. So I kept a couple parts just in case I needed it, but they are different part numbers, so this would be a little bit of an experience, or an experiment I should say, just to verify the interchangement, which it should be fine. I don't know why they would have changed anything unless it's internal, and honestly, this one came out of 2012, so if there's a change, it's probably for the better. I guess we'll find out once I install it, make sure everything works. If not, I guess I'll be looking for one of those part numbers and then transfer everything back over in the meantime, but I will let you guys know. And then as for reinstallation of this, since I didn't get to show you guys how to take it out, obviously I just told you to push on that back pin and slide it up and out this way. It's reverse of taking it out, so you just put the front end in first and then set the back in and then just push down and it'll click in, and then reinstalled. Now you can just go ahead and throw your door panel back on. Okay, so back at it again. This time, rear switches. I did replace the front one, and it does feel a lot better. Seems to respond faster, so that's cool. Unfortunately, I didn't fix the rear window motor. Luckily, I saved these back ones from my parts car as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap it over. This is the one that came out of the Genesis. I already took the panel off, which is right here. To take this one off, all you need to do is basically take the 3 clips on the sides off very carefully with a pick, because it'll be sitting like this. You can see like the 3 clips on each side, and then once you do that, it just pop right off, and then I can go ahead and swap it for this one. Before I took this one apart, I did plug this one in just by itself, hanging on the wire, and it does roll up and down, so that's definitely the issue. Or this one is the issue, this one works. Okay, and just like that, the new switch is on the new trim. Looks just like it was, and I can go ahead and reinstall it. This is that part number for the new 2012 switch, which I already plugged in and tested and made sure it works, so in case you guys need it, I'm going to go ahead and get it installed. And the door panel's back together. A little dusty, but main thing is it works. And also on the new driver switches as well, which is what matters. So call that a win. Now I gotta do the other side, because both of the rear switches went out. I'm guessing it has to do with the fact that the rears don't get used as much as the fronts, because the fronts are still functional. So I'm assuming, because no one really sits in the back of my car very often, the switches just went stagnant and broke. I guess electronics, you don't use them, they break eventually. Some of them anyway, but I guess that's the cause of this one, and it's not like a wiring related issue, thankfully. It's just switches. So replace that one. If your rear windows aren't working and your front ones are, you probably don't need to replace that one, unless one of the other issues are having, like your front windows don't roll down, then you can replace this one. And now if you just don't have rear windows, then it's most likely just the back switches. In case you guys are wondering how to take the rear door panel off, it's pretty much the same thing as the front, just it doesn't have that little side clip on the side. But you just pull this back, flick this little plastic piece out this way, pull it out, there's a screw, pull a little mat out down there, there's a screw underneath it, and then basically you just pull right here on the corner, and all the way around the door panel you can pull the whole door panel off. You just got to lift it up and out of the channel. For anyone interested, this is the passenger rear part number right here, if you need it. I just went ahead and took the door panel off, got the trim swapped over to the new switch. This is the 2012 switch in my '09. And I'm just going to go ahead and get it back on. And just like before, new window switches in, window goes down, window goes up. Call that a win. Now I have 4 functioning windows again. Yes, my car's a little bit of a mess, but that one works now. This one works again. That's awesome. Hope this helps.